Hey guys, we are just going to bring you a little bit of footage from the 2019 Blue Valley West Jaguar defense. I'm Coach Kopp, and Coach Cat is on here with us too. We've taken some time to go through each of the games, pull a couple plays, some of the more exciting, impactful plays, but also plays that just mean something to this defense. We're going to kind of share why that is so important to our defense.
Yeah, our offensive staff went ahead and did this earlier, and Coach Beasler and Coach Corp did a great job. Like Coach Kopp just said, these are coaches' highlights. So these aren't the biggest hits of the game or anything like that. These are the most meaningful and impactful plays that we could come up with. So let's see if I can do this right. Okay. I think that we are good to go. All right, Coach Kopp, you're up first.
Hey, this is first series of the game. You can see everybody standing up on the line there. It's 3rd and 16. We were playing against the eventual 5A state championship team, really good football team. But the big part about this play is the rallying and the belief that we've tried to install in these guys. And the rally that you see here on third and 16 to get off the field is something that was really a focal point for this defense that started 10 seniors. Just relentless pursuit.
Yeah, speed option had been the bane of our existence in the past. This kind of gets cut off here, but as you can see up at the top, this was 3rd and 16. So it was a big play for our defense to go ahead and get off the field, get the ball back to our offense.
Okay, got 4th and 4 here. You get a little wrap play. They are up 14-0. And this is just a crucial point. And it's not always the first guy that makes the play. It's just about getting helmets to the football. You get a great play here from Rocco coming down line of scrimmage, but you also get a play here from Jake Cummings just putting his nose on the football. This guy had a knack for this, causing the fumble. This is, like I said, it's 4th and 4. And if you look at it from the end zone, you're going to see as he puts his head on the ball, it just jars out, and then we recover it. That's important to our defense to get off the field. But it's equally as important that as our offense takes it the very next series and marches the ball down the field and scores, making it 14-7.
Yeah, we talked a lot to these kids about playing complementary football and that the offense and defense need to feed each other. So not only does the defense come up and make a big play here and get the turnover, but then our offense actually capitalizes on it. The other thing I want to point out here, we talk all the time about pursuit. And, when it comes to fumbles, it's often not the guy who makes the hit that ends up recovering the fumble. And so it takes other guys still running to the ball, even after they see that he's wrapped up and probably going down, that it takes them running to the ball so that we're able to get this recovery.
And after our offense scores on the next series, the very next kickoff, our defensive guys that are playing special teams come down and cause a fumble and recover the fumble on their own 20-yard line. And our offense ties the football game up in the middle of the 3rd quarter, and we're ready to roll. Okay, this is game 3 against a tough St. James team. This is just great effort. We did things in packages. We had upwards of 17 guys playing defense for us at any point this year. This is a great effort play on 3rd and 7 by Gavin Darnaby. One of those rotating guys that was asked to play in certain situations. Just a great job and great effort, leaving it all out there for his teammates. First series of the game against a good offense. And it was important for us to minimize the first downs and opportunities to score, and Gavin does that here. Just a great job.
Yeah, when we're in this rat look, we tell our kids all the time, your man's your man, doesn't matter where he goes, doesn't matter where he crosses. Gavin had excellent speed and length, and you can see him take advantage of this here, even despite the fact that he kind of gets a little bit pushed off on. He kind of closes it back down, makes a play on the ball. Gavin was one of our guys that we really used this year in a coverage aspect. He was one of our top coverage guys that we found ways to get on the field. Here's the other angle of it. It's a little bit zoomed out, but it gives you a feel.
It's a good 40-yard run for Gavin. It's a great job. This is a little bit later, just before half. It is 7-3. We are down 7-3. You get a great play here on 4th down. Jack Hoskins is a long, rangy corner, great ball skills, and he does a great job here running the comeback with him. Just literally mirrors his route, and then just the fantastic effort and the excitement that he shows here coming off the field. Just a great job by him. A little bit of pressure from our guys up front, making the throw a little bit difficult, but just a unique talent in Jack and making play that needed to be made at that point of the game.
Yeah, the something I want to point out here is the way that the front kind of makes this a more difficult throw. So this quarterback wants to roll out and then start coming downhill to make this throw. Dylan Roach, we're blitzing him off the edge, does a great job of maintaining outside leverage on this running back so the quarterback can't get downhill. And then he's got Ike coming through with the pursuit and Rocco, making it so that he has to get rid of it a little earlier than he wanted to. So, it's one of those plays where you see Jack actually make the pass deflection, but there are a lot of guys who are helping make this play happen. You can see on this end zone angle how wide he had to be able to roll out. And so the more that we can limit him from getting outside the hash, the more difficult that this throw becomes. So the longer the throw, the easier a play it is for Jack.
And it's likely that if he gets the edge there, he's running because our guys are manned up, and this quarterback was a good runner. I mean, if he got the edge there, he was going to take the 7 and go get that on his own. So. Okay, this is going down. It's the last drive for them on offense. What you got here is you got 4th and 1. They're going in to score. It is 7-3. It is 10-7 Blue Valley West, and we are up. We needed a stop here, and we end up getting it. We had a great play by our defensive line, collapsing it down. And then our 2 safeties are going to scrape it. One's going to scrape over the top. One's going to come downhill and put their nose right on the football. Great low tackle. 2 guys in on the play and stuff them at the 1-yard line on 4th down and 1 when they were when they were down 10-7.
Yeah, against what we would call a condensed formation, we play a lot of cover 4, which means that we ask these safeties to not only be there to take care of the pass threat to their side, but also to be stack force run defenders. This is a drill that Coach Kopp works all the time with these kids about stacking down, and if it's play away from you, that you scrape over the top. And you can see Jake right here, scrape, and then just make an excellent tackle of cutting him down at the legs. On a good back, you can see their sideline thought he was going in to score. And Jake went ahead and cut his legs out from underneath him. And then Rosie came in and finished the play.
To touch on Coach Katz's complimentary football there, to end that football game, our offense went on a 20-play drive in the last 4 minutes and 30 seconds to get the ball to the 25-yard line and get in victory formation. So that was huge. We didn't just hand it back to our defense and say, go play defense some more. Our offense went on literally a 20-play drive. And that was just a great complimentary team effort to win a football game against a really well-coached team, 10-7.
Yeah, these guys went out. These guys went out, I think, the next week or 2 weeks after and beat Miege, the 4A state champs. So, this was a very good football team where I thought we played probably our best defensive game of the year in holding them to 7 points.
Okay, this is against Blue Valley North. We played against this quarterback the year before, and all the same guys on our defense. We're back to play them again. And what you're going to get here, just a little zone play. They are up. Excuse me, I'm not sure what the score is here, but I know it's close because we ended up going into overtime with them. But Jake Cummings here coming downhill. Sorry for the dog barking. Jake Cummings coming downhill, stunning the back, and the ball literally falls into Jake's arms. Usually you have somebody else recover it, but the ball literally falls into Jake's arms as he takes it away. Just a great play to get a stop and get our offensive ball back.
Yeah, I mean, if you're keeping track, this is the second forced fumble for Jake, and the third really big hit that he made. And you guys know Jake Cummings. He's not the biggest football player size wise, but his performance all year was always real big for us. Um, you know, to force this turnover when they've already gotten into our end of the field, this would have been a first down run. As you can see, it's 2nd and 2 up there. This was a big play for us to get a little momentum back for our offense. So here's the end zone angle here. It's a lot of fun to watch. I find myself smiling at these.
We leave our defense on the field here for special teams, just to try to make sure that we're in a punt safe if we need to be. But this is, obviously the snap goes over his head. But one thing we talked about with these kids for the last 4 years is just pursue. I love the pursuit and the effort you get here from. You got 7 guys on this football. You get a great block, I believe by Pindy. Yep, I think it is Pindy. So you get a great block by Pindy. And just the effort. You see 7 guys rallying to the football, and we turn around, we get our offensive ball inside the 5-yard line. Is huge. So just a great play.
This was a really selfless unit. We returned a ton of starters, and it'd be really easy for kids in this day and age to say, well, I don't want to play special teams. And we didn't really necessarily give them that option. But these guys really embraced the fact that by being on the punt team, or punt return team rather, they had a chance to go out and make another significant play. So this was huge to not only get the ball back, but get the ball back in really good field position for our offense. See a lot of excitement of these guys coming off the field.
So this is, just as you saw the last play, this is a special teams play, or not a special teams play. That special teams play is huge because it gives us our offensive ball in a short field. This is 4th and 17. We are up 7 points in double overtime. It's on. They had called a timeout. We had called a timeout. What you get here is you get the tight end releasing. He kind of hides. You get the tight end releasing, and you get Austin Jones, who again is another good player for us, using his head and seeing somebody cross his face. As he crosses his face, he decides he needs to run with him, and just makes a fantastic play as the guy steps out of bounds before reaching the pylon. It was just so well done, and as he does step out of bounds, that seals the game in overtime. You kind of see the tight end here on the right side of your screen is going to duck and kind of hide. Jones is on the left side of your screen, number 17. He'll pick him up coming across.
Yeah, this is, we play against teams that are really well coached. This is a great play call by Blue Valley North. They come out empty. They motion back into the backfield. Then they send the jet motion man across, right, causing us to bump our coverage. And this is not Austin's man at all. You see him hide here and then release. Not at all Austin's job. This is just a kid seeing something happen and making a play that, again, won us the game and helped knock off a team that the year before had, quite frankly, embarrassed us. This kid put up a ton of points and a ton of yards. I think this sideline is a lot of what high school football is all about, just to see this excitement in the student body and also in our sideline. And the very edge of the screen,
right there, Dr. Potts.
Yep, right there, fist pumping and jumping up and down. We wouldn't trade our principal for the world.
Yep.
All right, so now we're getting into, let me slide this over so we can see it. This is a Blue Valley Northwest film. This was the 3rd drive of the game. So we came out in this rat look to start the game. We knew they had a young quarterback. We felt like we could overwhelm them a little bit. We had some success with that. But then by the 3rd drive, they started to figure it out. So we went back to our base defense. This is 4th and 2. There'd been a timeout called. And so while we were on the sideline, we decided to switch back from our base defense to our rat look, to this 6-1 look. By doing that, we were able to overwhelm them at the line of scrimmage and get some hats on the ball and make this play.
Yeah, it's a great push on the pile. It's just a team lining up. This defense especially in this route look. Had a lot of athletes and a lot of power on it, and it was a great stop for us here. It's a big, strong quarterback too.
Yep. You can see the number of guys who get a piece of this pile to keep him from falling forward. Short yardage situations, it's all about not only making the tackle, making the initial contact, but then finishing the play against an offensive line that you can see there's some big dudes out there. They were really well sized, and were able to run the ball on us some. And so this was a huge stop for us to really stop their third consecutive drive and keep that momentum on our side while they were looking to build some of their own. This next one, as I check.
Oh, Tommy Cook.
Oh, yes. Okay, so this is going to be Tommy Cook, our all-state inside linebacker, who is a turnover machine for us. What we ask these kids to do is really hard. He's got to play the run first, and this is one of those RPO looks that you all hear about. So he takes read steps downhill and then realizes it's pass and is able to get into the passing lane.
Oh, young Tommy Cook's going to lead us in interceptions this year too. He's going to go on to play in the Shrine Bowl. It's a pretty big honor to be able to do that. But Tommy Cook is going to lead Blue Valley West in interceptions from the middle linebacker spot. So, oh boy, Tommy.
You want to talk about?
He thinks he's a receiver now.
Talk about a kid who, we talk about surrendering your potential. He was a quarterback, then a safety, then an outside linebacker, and he continued to believe in what we were doing and work hard and get himself onto the field. At this point in the game, we were up 2 scores, but if they score this here, they have the chance for an onside kick to get the ball back, and this kind of iced things away for us. All right, next up, this is Blue Valley Southwest. For this, we chose to highlight some plays at the start of the game. So this is their second down play, second play, offensive play for them of the game. And this was a game where we felt like if we shut down their base offense initially, and we can force them to do some things that they don't want to do, that we could find some success. There's a couple of things to note here. First, it's the awesome C-gap run fit by our cap linebacker, something we worked all the time against speed option. And then the other one is Andrew Bradley. We've talked about Jack Hoskins, our other corner. You're going to see some of Andrew here in the coming clips. Getting some good block destruction and getting off that block. Modern football doesn't allow you to have a +1 at the point of attack all the time. And so a lot of it comes down to, can you get off the block?
And credit to Coach Cat. This is something that he came to us in the offseason and said, hey, we got to be better at getting off blocks. And it's easy to say it and preach it and do it in the offseason and do it in the summer, but this is something that we did every single day. It was something we lived by. You see Rosie coming downhill, assisting Andrew, number 6, but it's something that we did religiously every day, and we had a purpose with it. And we just see it paying off here.
Yeah, we've spent the last few years really becoming brilliant at the basics. And this shows not only in the block destruction, but if you watch any of the hawk tackling stuff that the Seahawks put out, this is about as textbook as it comes out of Andrew Bradley here, taking out his legs and stopping him right where he was. Okay, our next play is the very next play. It's 3rd and long. They're going to run a sprint out concept here. And the first thing that you're going to see is Dylan Roach here on the end, number 34. He did this against St. James, doing a great job of keeping this quarterback in the pocket. That's going to allow our backside pursuit to get there. You're also going to see we're bringing Andrew Pendergast. He does a really good job pre-snap of stacking his blitz, so they're not sure who's going in what direction. That way he can get a little more deception here. He destroys the block of this poor guard here, and is able to get off and get into the backfield and make this sack.
Yeah, it's a great job by 34 Dylan here, just giving him the time.
Yeah. Pendy stacks down, crosses face, turns it back in, and you see on the back end, it was pretty well covered as well. Our defense really started out strong in this Blue Valley Southwest game. All right, so now we're on to Blue Valley High. Blue Valley High is a great young quarterback here. And so this is second or third drive of the game, still 0-0, I believe. You can see it's 3rd and long, but you're also going to see that this receiver comes open. Okay, like we're not going to be perfect all the time, and so occasionally we get beat, and this kid makes a nice move, beats us inside. If Andrew Pendergast, again, Penny doesn't make this play, this is 6 points. So he does a great job getting into his drop, reading the quarterback's eyes, and this play saved us 4 points. This was going to be a 7-point play for them, and instead we forced them to kick a field goal.
And he had a knack for this too. He played another kid that we moved around. He played defensive line the year before, and we just found a way to get on the field. And he had a knack for this. He did this several times throughout the year. Great at reading the quarterback's eyes. Just a good job.
Yep, we'd love for him to make the pick, but it's more than just the turnover. Sometimes there's other plays in the game that even when it's not a turnover, saves points on the board, and then this was definitely one of those. Next one, we're going to see quarterback's going to sprint out towards us, or he's going to get flushed out towards us rather. And you're going to see Justin Darsh does a great job at the line of scrimmage, getting off this block, and then even better job of hustling down this quarterback to make this tackle. We talked about this in the St. James game, that if he gets out here, we run a lot of man coverage type stuff, and he's got some room to run.
And Justin's another one of those kids, of those 17 or 18, the guys that just were asked to play different positions throughout the year. Said it 3 or 4 times by different guys, and just showed their selflessness and wanting to be a great teammate. And this group collectively as a defense just showed that they were great teammates to one another. And Justin Darsh is another just prime example of that. Had some unique skills, great hands, very quick, a little undersized for this position, but you know what? He played outstanding all year long.
Yeah, he was one that we used at outside linebacker and what we called our Rhino package, our heavy look. But then he also did some 3rd down pass rush stuff, and he made a bunch of great plays this year. And this is just another example of that. Okay, so now we're into the playoffs. This is the first play of the game against Shawnee Mission West in the opening round. This was, again, a team that we felt like if we could shut down what they wanted to do early, kind of break their back, get up and run away with it to a certain degree. And that's really what happened here. We felt like we were the most physical defense they'd seen all year. And so, they've run speed option all year. This is actually load option. They're coming with a lead blocker as well. But Dylan Roach just gets there faster than these guys have seen all year. Really disrupts the timing of this play. And on the opening play of the game, they go ahead and turn it over to us. We also talk about that pursuit aspect. Okay, the guy who's going to end up recovering this fumble is our backside defensive end, running this down and getting on the ball. It's Rocco Hicks. He's another special young player that we have coming up.
Just a lot of guys around the football.
Okay, this is either the next series or the series after. And this is going to be another one of Tommy Cook's interceptions. This play is initially caused by Rocco at the line of scrimmage getting his hands on this ball. But then Tommy makes the interception, and you watch his teammates go from defenders to blockers as they try to get him into the end zone.
Tommy, you got to score here. Like you got to unhitch it. Get in the end zone there, buddy. Yeah. It's a great play by our leading interception man of the year. So
you can see Rocco coming through here, beating the offensive tackle into the B gap. Gets hands on the ball. And then you see Dylan and Pendy trying to beat him into the end zone.
I think you hit the pylon, Tommy, just for the record. You were good. I'll give it to you.
Okay, so now we're in the regional championship game against Shawnee Mission Northwest. This quarterback is an absolute stud, and so is this wide receiver over here. On the first play of the game, Andrew, who's going to make a great play here, doesn't make a great play, gets beat on an out route and the kid outruns him for a touchdown. And so, with younger players especially, sometimes you worry about their ability to bounce back and have a short memory. This is an example of Andrew doing just that. He's initially beat off the line of scrimmage, so they get to solo him up here. So right now he is beat, and you see his great speed and ball skills to close this gap and go up and make the pick.
We knew this game had a chance to be a shootout. This offense that we're playing against really has put up a lot of points all year. And I think getting toasted on the first play of the game, it was like, oh boy. But Andrew, like Coach said, using his track speed here, he's a 4x1 state champion the previous year, and just really fantastic in the air. So he's a big, strong kid and made a great play there for us to get us off the field.
Rips it away from the wide receiver. You hate to say who wants it more, but in these situations, when you both get your hands on the ball, that's him taking it away. Excellent play by Andrew. Okay, so this is going to be another great play by Jack Hoskins on the back end. He's going to see a post route. This is him up top. And we talk about these kids, running the route with the wide receiver. So he does a great job of keeping his feet moving and staying square to the line of scrimmage. The kid cuts inside. Jack beats him inside, makes the interception. But then beyond that, this run back is pretty darn special. Not only gives our offense the ball back, but gives it to him back in great field position.
If you knew Jack, if you saw him at practice every single day, you had to tell him to put the football down because he just wanted to play catch and run routes and chase guys around, and that's the kind of kid that he was. But you could see that in the return here. He came over, he was a little gassed, but told him to suck it up. He was all right.
All right, so we don't have an end zone view of that one. So now we're into the state quarterfinals here, playing against the either Iowa or Iowa State commit. I forget where he committed to. Also the Simone Award winner. So best football player in Kansas City here is number 7. We talked about our different packages. This is our Rhino package. So we've got Justin Darshan playing one end, and then Dylan Roach, who normally plays outside linebacker, starts out aligned like he's a safety, and he is going to roll down to the edge of the line of scrimmage here. They kind of tipped our hand, does a good job of resetting his stem. This is a little bit of a counter look out of them. Dylan does a great job of staying square. Okay, and like I said, 7's a stud, an absolute stud. And so it's hard to bring him down if you're the first guy there. But we talk about pursuit. Look at all the number of white jerseys flying to this football.
This is 4th and 3 too. If you don't see it up there in the corner, it's 4th and 3 on the first drive. Like, come on, man, we got to get off the field here. They marched it 4 yards a pop all the way down the field. It's a big stop. This game's going to go into overtime.
All right, and then here's another great stop we make. We were having trouble slowing them down, so we went with our Rhino package, but then we went with a jet screen call. So it looks similar to our rat look, but rather than 6 guys at the line of scrimmage, we now have 7. You can see the other 4 out here playing coverage, but we've really overloaded them at the line of scrimmage. On a second and short play, we know they have the ability to take a shot here, but they haven't shown a willingness to do that. They just want to keep kind of marching it down our throats. You're going to see a great play here in the middle. Pendergast cuts off the block of I think it's the tackle here, and is able to make a negative play that eventually leads to us getting off the field. We felt like if we could get these guys into 3rd and long, we were in much better position. So here he is. And also to make a solo tackle on that stud is another accomplishment in and of itself.
That's for sure.
All right, guys. That concludes our defensive highlights for the year. We tell these kids all the time that we love them to death and we're incredibly proud to be their coaches. And I think this was just a good chance for us to celebrate the accomplishments of this senior group and really highlight some of the things that they did really, really well.
Yep, we're just really proud of them, and this is quarantine life as we know it. But you know what, we get to celebrate these guys. It's graduation week. Going to share this out to y'all, so enjoy.
All right, see you guys next fall.